Do you think your work is the best in the Niland Collection?
Well, I would never say my work is the best anywhere. You know what's interesting about where your work ends up? It's lovely when they find a nice home. It's almost like an animal. It's like, a pound or something that someone comes and picks the puppy. But what I liked about seeing my work in the Niland was that there were photographs of, or there were paintings of landscape in relationship to my piece of work. And that every time you see it, because artwork really functions in a relationship to where, in its location. Like if you see the Mona Lisa in the Louvre in Paris, it's very different than seeing it in the back of a truck or whatever. So the context of the place can really help or hinder or harm a piece of work. So when I saw my work more recently in the Niland, I really liked its relationship between the old. There was a lot of old painting there, and you can put work into group shows and it can be completely frightening how something can be killed by what's next to it. Yeah. My cow the cow on the Tate was once put in a group show in Liverpool Tate next to a De Chirico painting, and I loved that she was standing next to that. Weirdly, in the first showing, she was put next to Salvador Dali's lobster telephone. She was in a room called Surrealism, and she was really cramped. And I felt she didn't breathe very well in there, And she's a sheep because she's a cow, She's not. I don't normally sex the works, but it is a cow, female. But so in the Niland, they lay very nicely in the collection. It was kind of a calm collection, I thought.
Yeah. Do you think your painting is the best in the Niland Collection?
I don't know. Let me see. I go false modesty and say no. Well, actually, the painting of mine that's in the Niland Collection is from, 18 years ago.
Yeah.
So it's older than you. So from that point of view, it's funny. Like it's a kind of nostalgic thing. I look at it. It reminds me very much of a particular time it was made.
Yeah.
When I was living in New York. And it's just another world away. So it feels like someone else's really at this point.
Yeah.
So, but I don't know. I'm not sure. It's that long. I can't remember what else is in there. So I'm not going to compare it with anyone else's. But I'm sure it's not the best. Yeah.
Well. Do you think your painting is the best in the Niland Collection?
Do I?
Do you think it's the best in the Niland Collection?
No. There are a number of paintings in the Niland Collection that I would take home myself, and the large piece that's in the Niland Collection, it wouldn't be my favourite piece. The piece that Nora Niland bought, I think it's of a road, and it wouldn't be my favourite piece. There are paintings at times that you would like to take back and do something else with, so
yeah.
It's not my favourite piece.
So any particular ones that you do really like? Or?
I would have some favourites, and over the years I've given a painting, out of each exhibition I've given a painting to my wife, Sheila, so it's nice holding on to paintings that way, otherwise they'd be gone and I wouldn't see them again.
Yeah.
I'm not that possessive of my wife.
Yeah.
There was a painter, Nano Reid, and she was very, very possessive. She didn't like losing her paintings at all. And there's a story. I was down visiting her, and she said, "There's an American here, and he took some of my paintings." And I said, "My goodness, that's awful. I'll have to get them back for you." And I was really concerned. I said, "I'll get onto the Arts Council and see what we can do." I said, "Somebody just taking your paintings." And her sister said, "Didn't he pay you for them?" "Oh," she said, "that's a lot of good." She said, "My paintings are gone." So she had lost them.
Oh no. Do you think your painting is the best in the Niland Collection?
Do you think I'm the best asked? Do I think it's my best painting, or do I think it's the best painting in the whole collection?
The whole collection.
Oh Jesus, that's a good question. No.
No?
No, I don't think like that.
Is there any other ones that you really like in the?
There's many good ones there.
Yeah.
There's, of the older, there's some wonderful Jack Yeatses there.
Yeah.
Some, I think, Stella Solomon's, and then later on we've got great paintings by Barry Cook and Patrick Hall. I mean, really, it's a great collection, really. For a town the size of Sligo, I think it's really a remarkable collection. But the paintings of mine you do have are two of my favourite portraits.
Yeah. Do you think your painting is the best in the Niland Collection?
Is what?
Do you think
Oh,
your
of course I
painting?
do. Except as everyone else. Anyway, that's a very simple question.
Yeah. Well, is there any other ones that you like?
Oh yeah, lots of them.
Yeah. Is there any favourites or?
Well, Paddy Collins.
Yeah.
Nick Miller.
Yeah.
And then a lot of the Yeatses. That'll do.
Yeah.
Do I think my painting is the best from the Niland Collection?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Where do you get your inspiration from?
Around?
Alright. How people feel about the work that you're doing here? Do you think they'll have a reaction to this? Or?
Don't know. What do you think makes you creative?
I don't know, just a willingness to try out stuff and be a bit brazen about it, or demand it, what you kind of think in your head is kind of important, and try and do stuff with it.
Well, to tell you about the Domestic Godless, there's three of us all together. We're all based in Cork. All artists, and we do have our own practice. But we got together. We did. We were in a show in the Project Art Centre about 6 or 7 years ago. We decided to cook at it. We had to find the weirdest things we could possibly find. So one of the first things we did was cook a rabbit with a ferret that caught it and cooked it. We did Vietnamese swamp eel, and we did various kinds of seabird, including gannets, kittiwakes.
Brilliant. And what's this you're cooking now? Can you tell us how you made it?
Yeah, it's basically a seaweed broth. So various kinds of seaweed, water, spring onions, and once the noodles are cooked, I just stir in some of the sea urchin, and it's done. It's very, 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 very simple.
Lovely.